I'm Caitlin Butler,
And I'm Josie Strauss.
and we're part of the Lion Creek 4-H Club here to talk to you about our cattle.
So, my cow was born in March of 2020. They weigh 80 pounds at birth, and they are taken to slaughter when they are around 1,200 pounds. Diet: a cow spends 6 hours eating and 8 hours chewing its cud each day. Cattle are ruminant animals, which means they have a stomach with 4 compartments, allowing them to eat grass and hay that humans cannot eat. My cow is a Red Angus, that's its breed, and there are over 70 different breeds of cattle in the U.S.
And my steer, he was also born in March, and he's a Simmental crossbreed. And some fun facts about cattle is more than 100 medicines used by humans come from cattle. Cattle have the most panoramic vision, which allows them to watch for predators or humans. Cattle can see in color except for red. Cattle have an amazing sense of smell and can detect senses more than 6 miles away. And cows can stand up sleeping.
Some beef byproducts are that all beasts of the cattle are utilized to produce important byproducts that you use every day. Almost 100% of the animal is utilized. It's been said that everything but the moo is used. They can make lipstick, hand cream, that comes from Ryerson from the beef tallow. Also toothpaste comes from that.
They can make footballs, which is used from leather hide. They can make candles, which is used from free fatty acids in tallow. And they can make leather from hide, which also can be made into handbags, shoes, jackets, belts, and baseball clubs.
The hide from the beef animal can also be made into 18 pairs of shoes, 144 baseballs, 18 soccer balls, 12 basketballs, 20 footballs, 18 volleyballs, and 12 baseball balls.
A beef towel is used to provide glycerin for cough medicine. A variety of cleaning agents are derived from tallow, such as liquid soap, detergent. Tallow is also used in the production of steel, serving to lubricate and protect newly manufactured steels from scratches. We hope that you guys learned something today about our cattle and hope that this takes an interest in you.
Did you drink a glass of milk this morning? Or maybe you've eaten some pizza lately with yummy melted cheese. Americans consume an average of 653 pounds of dairy products every year. Some of those products are milk, cheese, butter, yogurt, and ice cream. Milk comes from dairy cows. There are 6 main breeds of dairy cows, but black and white Holsteins are the most common. Kansas is home to 163,000 milk cows. I think there is nothing quite as adorable as a baby Holstein calf. They are born weighing around 90 pounds. Fully grown Holstein cows typically weigh around 1,500 pounds. Dairy farmers milk their cows 2 or 3 times every day. They used to do this by hand, but now have milking machines to do much of the work. Cows eat about 100 pounds of feed a day, which is like eating 300 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They drink a lot of water, about the amount that would fit in a bathtub every day. They put this food and water to use to produce more than 7 gallons of milk every day. That's over 100 glasses of milk. This milk arrives at your local grocery store within 48 hours of leaving the farm. It is recommended that kids consume 3 cups of dairy every day. Consuming dairy products provides health benefits, especially building and maintaining strong bones. The next time you drink a glass of milk or eat dairy products, you can think about where they came from and how they help to make you strong.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Asher. I'm a member of the Brookside 4-H Club. I've been raising and showing meat goats for 9 years. Today, I will be teaching you about meat goats. Just like meat from a cow is called beef, meat from a goat is called Shaban. Many of you probably eat beef or chicken at home. Around the world, Shaban is the most consumed meat. The goats I have with me are 3 months old. This one's name is Duke, and this one's name is Amber. The mama goats are 4 years old, whose name are Daisy and Gemstone. The baby goats are called kids, just like you guys are, and the mama goat is called a doe. The daddy goat is called a buck. The daddy goat that I have is named George, but he's at my other farm. These younger goats weigh around 30 pounds, and the mama goat weighs around 150. As most of you know, goats like to eat a lot of different things. While they will nibble on your shirt or your hands, they won't actually bite you. However, they do love to eat lots of different plants, like weeds, grass, and hay. Goats are a ruminant animal, meaning they have 4 stomachs. This is because they eat so much they need 4 stomachs to digest it all. Some fun facts about goats is that they came to the United States on the Mayflower. How cool is that? The goats I have with me are called Boer goats. There are also La Mancha, Nubian, and Pygmy goats. The La Mancha and Nubian goats are dairy breeds, meaning they get milked every single day. This way, people can sell their milk and or make cheese. While my meat goats can produce milk, it is for their babies and not for us to drink. Goats also love to climb and jump on things. In their pens, I have different things like tree stumps or big rocks for them to climb and then jump off of. They're a herd animal and they hate being alone. In my herd, I have 8 goats right now. Lastly, they hate the rain and being wet. I'm currently in their barn part of their pen, but they also have an outdoor part. They love to be out and grazing when it's sunny and hot. If you guys are wanting to show goats in 4-H, here are some tips. First, you need an escape-proof pen. Like I mentioned earlier, they like to jump and climb, and their mouths are strangely good at opening things. Secondly, you need good feed. I'm sure lots of you guys don't like to eat healthy foods like vegetables and fruits, but it's good for you. And this is exactly what pelleted feed for the goats is like. It gives them all the nutrients that they need. Overall, goats are my favorite because when you show them, they have a halter and they stay small to medium-ish size. They also have great personalities and are similar to owning a dog. They will follow you everywhere and they love to play tag, be petted, and scratched. I'm really happy that I got to share my herd with you guys. I hope you learned a lot about meat goats. And lastly, I want to introduce you guys to my goat, Joey. Give me just a second. This is Joey, and he goes, you guys have a great day. Say bye, Joey.
Hi, my name is Macy Muto. I'm in the Humboldt 4-H Club, and I'm here to teach you guys about chickens. Today, I'm in my chicken's coop, which is what it's called. It's called a coop. And I have my hen with me. Her name is Rachel, and in the background, I have my rooster. His name is Finn. Now, we call her a hen because she's a female chicken who lays eggs. A female chicken who doesn't lay eggs yet is called a pullet. Once they get to about a year old, they start laying their eggs, and a hen lays 325 eggs a year, which is almost an egg every 27 hours. That's Finn in the background. He's a rooster, and he does not lay eggs because male chickens don't lay eggs. But he does make that sound every morning to wake everyone up. Now, you might think my chickens look weird, but that's only because they have soft feathers. Most chickens don't. That's because she is called a silkie. That's the type of breed she is. There's hundreds different breeds, but my favorite breed is a silkie because they're so friendly and they follow you around everywhere you go. Plus, they have black skin and black bones, and they have 5 toes when most chickens only have 4. Now, if you look at her feet, you can see that even her feet are feathered. And you can see her black skin. This is what my chickens eat. It's made largely of corn and soybeans. Plus, I add some mealworms and some seeds in there just to give them a little extra nutrition so that their coats look shiny for fair, which I show them at every year. These are some of Rachel's eggs. They're pretty small because she's a pretty small chicken. As the chicken grows older, her eggs get bigger, and about 15 billion eggs are produced each year in the US. Now, people raise chickens for different reasons, but there are two main reasons, for meat and for the eggs. Now, on average, more than 92 pounds of chicken, 17 pounds of turkey, and 265 eggs are eaten per person in the US every year. That's a lot of chicken products. So that's why I wanted to teach you guys about chickens. They're super important, and well, they're just fun to learn about and have as pets. Thanks for listening, and I hope you learned something about chickens today.
Hi, I'm Casey Beller. I'm from the Lions Creek 4-H Club, and I have been in the Sheep Project for 10 years. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the Sheep Project. The main purpose of raising sheep is for the meat, which is called lamb or mutton, and the wool. Mutton is the word we use for meat from a sheep that is over a year old. Lamb is the word we use for a sheep that is under a year old. Almost all lamb grown in the United States is sold in supermarkets and restaurants in our country. Most mutton grown in the United States is sold in Mexico for eating, but only 6% of the meat eaten in the world is lamb or mutton. Today I'm going to talk to you about the lambs behind me. These are all currently me or my sister's show projects that we will show at the county fair in July. They range in age from January to one of the youngest here, who was born in March. He's a little friendly guy. Their weight, they normally weigh 8 pounds around birth, and their market weight is anywhere from 90 to 300 pounds. But you want them better on the 90, close to 100 side for market, which you eat for meat. Sheep are on a diet of grass, hay, and grain. We currently feed our lambs a grain that has more protein than most of the commercial feeds. There are over 200 different breeds of sheep. Currently behind me, we have South Downs, which are back there. This guy's a crossbred. The big tall one right there is a speckle. And we have a ham in the back. So we have about 4 to 5 breeds currently that we're showing this year. Kansas has around 67,000 sheep in Kansas. The body of a sheep is covered with wool. As you can see on this little guy, all the white on him is wool, and then all the black on him is hair. Once a year, the wool is removed by shearing. We shear our lambs every time before we go to a show, so they normally get sheared about 6 times a year. One mature ewe produces 6 to 10 pounds of newly shorn wool a year, and that's enough to make a man's suit. Wearing wool is comfortable in the winter and the summer. Fabrics made from wool are flame resistant too. Some fun facts about sheep are sheep have no front teeth, but the roof of their mouth, so the top of their mouth, is really hard. Sheep grow 2 teeth a year until they are 8 years old. Sheep have poor eyesight, but they are really excellent at hearing to know when people or predators are approaching. Sheep give birth once a year and have 1 to 3 baby lambs. Female sheep are called ewes, which some of them, this speckle right here, that's a ewe. And then that little guy, if you guys remember, that was just here, he's a wether. Male sheep are called rams that have not been castrated. A group of sheep is called a flock, so we call this a flock. They live in flocks because they hate to be alone. They prefer to be with at least another sheep or a bunch of sheep. Some byproducts that you can get from sheep are marshmallows, lotion, shaving cream, soap, fabric softener, baseballs, tennis racket strings, car tires, crayons, adhesive tape, dice, and felt tip pins. Some other byproducts that you might eat or wear are milk, wool, which is used for installation, art brushes, or clothing. Thank you for listening to me about the Sheep Project. I hope you guys learned something.
4 4-H pigs. They were born in January and now weigh about 120 pounds. Hi, my name is Morgan Nabis, and this is my sister, Jada Nabis. We're from the Humboldt Creek 4-H Club, and I've been in 4-H for 6 years, and she's been in 4-H for 9 years. Today, we're going to teach you about swine, better known as pigs.
Baby pigs are called piglets. They weigh about 2.5 pounds when they are born. Boars are adult males that weigh more than 500 pounds. Sows are adult females that weigh 300 to 500 pounds. The largest hog ever weighed was 2,552 pounds, and its name was Big Bill.
Pigs have one stomach just like us humans, and some grains they eat include wheat, corn, barley, and oats. They also eat vitamins when added to their diet, and another important thing in their diet is water. What we feed our pigs is a mixture of ground corn, like this. We do not hand feed them. They have a self-serve feeder, and they have access to food and water all day long.
Some fun facts about pigs are pigs can't sweat because they have no sweat glands. So they like to roll in mud to cool off, like this mud hole over here. Pigs' bodies are covered in coarse, bristly hair. Pigs can also run a 7-minute mile. Pigs are ranked the 4th most intelligent animal in the world. Pigs are found on every continent except Antarctica. Pigs have been used in war to sniff out mines in battlefields. They also like to root, which means they like to dig around in the dirt with their nose.
Some byproducts of pigs include chalk, glue, multiple kinds of medicines, heart valves, matches, and paint. Marshmallow. Pigs also enjoy eating marshmallows, and we like to give it to them as a treat.
Pig.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something about pigs.
Hi, I'm Clara Gefeller, and I am a 5-year member of the Lion Creek 4-H Club and a Geary County 4-H ambassador. Today, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the Swine Project. You've probably heard them referred to as pigs, but they are also called swine or hogs. Just like cats and dogs, pigs come in various different breeds that each have a distinctive look. I'd like to introduce you to my pigs. Peppa and Olivia, who are Hampshires, Chester, who is a Chester White Pig, and Big Red, who is a Duroc. They love marshmallows as treats, just like me. Their everyday diet consists of different grains and minerals. Right now, they are each about 5 months old, and by the end of the summer, will end up weighing roughly 300 pounds. Did you know that Kansas is ranked 10th in the number of hogs? Any guesses how many hogs live here? 2.1 million. Yeah, that's a lot. When you think about uses for pigs, you probably think of different meats like ham, sausage, pepperoni, and bacon. Pork is a healthy protein source that provides you with different vitamins and minerals. The average American consumes 49 pounds of pork per year. Do you know what the most popular lunch meat for sandwiches is? If you guessed ham, you're right. Pork is the most eaten meat worldwide. Thank you for joining me today as I talked a little bit about the Swine Project.
Hi, I'm Kevin Religa from the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, and this is our stream flow trailer. We work with the conservation districts in Riley and Geary County, and the stream flow trailer helps us demonstrate how rivers work, how erosion works, and also gives us a chance to talk about water quality and safe drinking water. For example, these two areas here could be some rivers that we have in Kansas, like the Kansas River or the Smoky Hill River. The Kansas River flows downstream, down into the Mississippi River and into the Gulf of Mexico. So this demonstrates everyone that kind of lives downstream, and whatever we do, if we pollute our water in Kansas, then it can affect everybody else downstream, because a lot of our water quality and our drinking water depends on clean water from our rivers and our lakes. So when we talk about pollution, water pollution, we're not only talking about trash, but we're also talking about chemicals. So this could be a city right here where we have a parking lot next to a mall. So pollution that could enter the river from there could be antifreeze from cars, could be oil, could be gasoline, could be fertilizers that people put on their yards, and it could be a lot of pet waste. If you don't pick up after your pet, then that could introduce a lot of bacteria into the water. Other pollution could come from a farm. Farmers have to put a lot of chemicals on their cropland to grow good crops for food for us to eat. So they could put spray on to kill weeds. They could also put fertilizers on to help their plants grow. They also have animals. Animals can be a source of pollution from their manure, which could introduce bacteria into the system. And once water is polluted with bacteria, it is very difficult to clean up. Here is an example of what we call erosion. Erosion is where water or wind can wash away soil particles. So we can see that this bridge right here is in danger. It's got a car parked on it. So if you see some of the particles washing away, this could be an example of erosion. So towards the upper end of this river, we have someone that is pushing out trees. We want to leave the trees along our rivers and streams because the trees hold those banks kind of like, the roots hold them kind of like claws and stabilize these areas. We also have a wildlife area down here, so protecting our wildlife and protecting our rivers is very important. If you look down here in our example of the Gulf of Mexico, we have a lot of wildlife, turtles and fish and plants down there. So if we pollute our water up in Kansas, eventually it moves down through the river system and can get pollution into the Gulf of Mexico. So that's why it's important to protect our water, and I hope you enjoyed our stream bank demonstration. We hope to see you next year.
This is a field of winter wheat. This field was planted last October. It starts to grow in the fall, then it goes dormant, goes to sleep over the winter time, but it needs that cold treatment so it knows that it needs to continue with its development. In the spring it starts growing. It's early May now, and the wheat is what we're calling heading out. This is where the grain will be produced. It's just now starting to flower, and once it gets to this stage, we're probably about 6 weeks away from harvest time. So the middle of June, the latter part of June, this field will be ready to harvest. At this point in time, it's very important that we keep plenty of moisture here. We keep hoping that it rains. We don't want it to get too hot because wheat doesn't like hot weather, and we certainly don't want a windstorm or a hailstorm to come through. It's important also the farmer will come out and take a look at the leaves to see if they look healthy, and if it looks like they're starting to get some diseases, they'll come in and they'll spray a chemical on it, a fungicide, to protect it, to keep it healthy, because we want it to produce a big, full crop. There are many different kinds of wheat. They're used for different things, from anywhere from pasta to crackers to cookies to cakes to bread. This is hard red winter wheat. This is what we use to make bread. Each different kind of wheat, the flour that comes from it when it's milled up, when it's ground up, has different characteristics. Hard red winter wheat has the kind of protein and the other characteristics that make it build up nice big loaves of bread that taste really good. Wheat is not native to Kansas. It's not even native to the United States. Wheat originated in what's known as the Caucasus region of what is now part of Russia. It came over in the 1800s, especially the 1850s, the hard red winter wheat anyway, and came with immigrants that settled in south central Kansas. And because the growing season and the soil conditions here are very similar to where they came from, wheat has done very well.
Two other crops that are very important in Kansas are corn and soybeans. Unlike wheat that is planted in the fall and harvested in the summer, Both of these crops are planted in the spring and harvested in the fall. They are planted with a tractor and planter and harvested with a combine. In the summer, corn plants can grow 2 or more inches every day, sometimes getting as tall as a basketball goal. The corn we grow in Kansas is mainly used for livestock feed and ethanol. Ethanol is a fuel used for vehicles. Soybeans are used for livestock feed, biodegradable plastics, ink, biodiesel, which is a cleaner, renewable type of diesel fuel, and much more. Humans also consume soybeans. The average person consumes up to 7 gallons of soybean oil per year. These crops and all of the others grown in Kansas are an important part of agriculture, the economy, and people's everyday lives.
Hi, I'm Cody Haycock. I'm part of Humboldt 4-H Club.
Hi, my name is Carly, and I'm from the Humboldt Creek 4-H Club.
Hi, my name is Ava Entrick, and I'm from the Humboldt Creek 4-H Club.
What is 4-H? 4-H is a program for kids who are 7 to 18 years old. A lot of people think that you need to live on a farm or in the country to be involved in 4-H, but that is definitely not true. In 4-H, we learn about leadership, citizenship, and life skills. 4-H is a lot of fun, and we do a lot of fun activities while we're in it.
Geary County has 5 4-H clubs: Blue Line, Clarks Creek, Lion Creek, Brookside, and Humboldt. Some of the few things we do at our meetings is present a talk on a project or information on a project in 4-H. We also run a parliamentary procedure in 4-H. At the end of our meetings, we have snacks and we also play games together. Besides having a monthly 4-H meeting, our club is involved with doing educational trips and learning about our community.
In 4-H, there are over 30 projects to choose from. Some of the most popular are visual arts, photography, and foods and nutrition. My favorite projects are photography and visual arts. Here are 2 of the projects that I've done in the past few years. This one is a picture that I entered into photography that got chosen to be in a calendar that went out to families in all over. And then my visual arts. This is a diamond art that I entered into fair and it got a purple. And then some of the pictures we have on the slideshow are from the different project that you can go to during the year. There's plant science, visual arts, and then I think that one is an animal project.
Here at 4-H, we like to give back to the community in a variety of ways, like going to nursing homes and animal shelters for visits, cleaning up places like Milford Lake and Rock Springs Park. Also by packaging meal kits for those who are a little food insecure.
4-H has a lot of fun events and activities like 4-H Camp. We like to learn and have fun all at the same time. CIA, which stands for Citizenship in Action, is an amazing conference where you go and learn about 4-H and how to better your club and yourself. I personally went to CIA last year and had a lot of fun. You get to spend a lot of time with your friends, and you also learn a lot that you can take back to your county.
The Geary County Free Fair is held each summer. The fair is the time when 4-H members get to show off what they have been learning and making all year. This year, the fair will be held July 19th through the 22nd at the fairgrounds on Spring Valley Road in Junction City. My favorite things to do at fair is participate in the Fashion Review and Barnyard Olympics. I love presenting my 4-H projects to the judges.
In 4-H, there are so many opportunities to help your community, meet new people, learn important life skills. So that's why I encourage you to join 4-H. And then if you want any information about the different clubs that you can join, look at the flyer and there'll be contact information on there.
we want to leave you with some final Kansas agriculture facts. Kansas has 58,569 farms, covering almost 46 million acres. An acre is about the size of a football field. Agriculture and related sectors support over 250,000 jobs in Kansas. That is 13% of the entire workforce in the state. The total sales of agriculture and related sector products is over $70 billion. We hope you've learned a lot about Kansas agriculture and how important it is to Kansas, but also to you. After all, without agriculture, we would have no food and certainly no future.